Hey, what's going on everyone? This is aarointheknee bringing you a brand new ban list that was released a few days ago by apparently a trusted source. Firstly, we're going to be doing more Yu-Gi-Oh videos in the future, so don't worry about that. There'll probably be one tomorrow. But I want to definitely talk about this right now because we have 6 days until the actual ban list is actually up. And this is the first proper draft. There is a screenshot of it from one of the Jump magazines, I think it's from. And I want to just talk this through with you because I did my own ban list discussion right before this came out, and a lot of the things on this are kind of what I said, especially one that I'm going to go over in a bit. So we're going to look at the newly banned, newly forbidden, Burner, Lightning, Reaction, Stream, all gone. When I think about it like this, back in the day, before the Baby Dragons came out in Japan, basically, E-Drags were never... Well, they were top tier, but they weren't crushing. When the Baby Dragons came out, it went from being, I think, 50% E-Drags, 50% Spellbooks, to being about 80% E-Drags. So, banning these guys is really harsh, I think. I think they would be okay if they were at 1. But putting them to 0, I don't mind at all. They don't do anything in any other decks, like banning or forbidding the E-Drags themselves makes it so they're not splashable in other decks. So I think the best way to do this is to actually ban the Baby Dragon. I have kind of a problem with it, but I see the reasoning behind it and I'm happy with it. And the other bin card, which I hate to see because I worry a bit about Spellbooks now, is Spellbook of Judgment. It's really sad. Absolutely amazing card. I think it would have been fine at 1. Even though you could do combos with Spellbook of Eternity, it would still be a bit of a faff to do that. But I can see why they did it, because it is probably one of the stupidest cards I've ever seen. Seriously, it's... Oh my god, seriously. I don't think I've ever seen a card that dumb. Well, maybe Yatta. Maybe Chaos Emperor Dragon. Yeah, not that's been released over the past few years. Alright. So let's move on to the newly limited, so you can only use one of these. Brotherhood of the Five-Fist Rooster. I can't believe this is on here. Usually they wait, if a set's come out and something needs to be banned, they'll usually wait a list, because if boxes of it are still being sold, you want to sell your Fire-Fist Roosters, you want to sell your packs so your Fire-Fist Roosters actually have some value. Now it goes to 1, it's going to severely dip in price. Even though it's only £40, £50, which is about $80 for you guys over in America. I would have thought that this would have stayed unlimited until the next ban list. But I don't mind it going to 1 because it is silly. Genetic Ally Birdman, I think this is for combos. FTKs. There was the old Gallus of Starbeast, and next there's going to be the one with Harpy Dancer and the Divine Wind of Mist Valley. So I don't mind Birdman going to 1. It probably should have been at 1 because it works fairly strange and it does have FTKs, so it's definitely worth it. I said I didn't really know what was going on with Mermails and I didn't know how to really balance it. The way they did it is a Mermail Abyss, which I did not expect to get touched. I expected it to be something like Megalo or Dragoons to get touched, but they've touched Abyss Sphere and Abyss Teos to stop the deck from being crazy, which I think is great because Abyss Sphere was dumb. Abyss Sphere has always been dumb, and 3 of it is so silly, it's unreal. So I'm glad Abyss Sphere is down to 1, and Abyss Teos does allow you to search far too easily, and it's a 7-star, and you can go into stuff. So it's much harder to do things with the Megalo, and searching a spell or trap is not as good as searching a monster. So, happy with those. They haven't really touched the deck, which I like. They haven't touched Dragoons, which is the best one. But yeah, that's all I can really say about that. Next, I'm going to look at Wind Up Shark, which has been limited, and I'll quickly move on to the unlimited bit of this, which is Wind Up Magician now being unlimited. So they've made it so that you can't go shark, 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 but they've made it so you can go Shark, Magician into Magician, and go Shark again. So they're allowing you to do a lot of 4 stars, but they don't allow you to do a lot of 5 stars, because you need more than one Shark to do the leveling up. So I like that. Wind-ups have needed a bit more power for a while because of Zen Mighty being banned last list. But it's fine. It's all good. The next one. Oh my dear God, guys. Trishula, Dragon of Ice Barrier. This guy, oh my shit, guys. This card alone is going to make Mermails dumb. Because you can just go Deep Sea Diva, get the 3-star, attack with the marksman, attack with marksman, get dragoons, synchro them all into Trishula, banish, and you can even DeLorean it back to the extra deck and stuff like that. It's really silly, but I like it. I like Trishula. Synchros just have not had as much. You know, the only tuners people play really are. Oh, my League of Legends went off a little bit. The only the only tuners people play really are Effect Veilers. I can't really think of any other. So they'd need a 4-star, 4-star, and Veiler for one Trishula. And that's kind of hard to do. You know, 4-star and a 4-star and a 1-star. People don't do that too much. So it's hard to make Trishula unless you're playing Mermails. I can't really think of anything else that really does it that easily. Unless you're playing X-Sabers, which need a bit more power. Let me think. Infernity, which could do with a bit more power. You know, the decks that get something out of Trishula are the decks that have fallen out of favour. Which is why I don't have a problem with Trishula going back, even though it is probably one of the most broken cards. Because you need to kind of run things to do it, and if you're running it just with Effect Veiler in your deck and other cards, you have to use 3 cards to use it. It's rare that you'll... Well, you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean. Okay, next, newly limited Big Eye. I expected this to go to ban. I really did, because Big Eye was making it so that it was really hard to put a big monster on the field like Six Hammer Shaaaney or who else negates stuff? Something like God, I can't think at the moment. But a big monster like Shaaaney, it was hard to put him on the field and protect him because Big Eye would just take him if you don't have any protection, which sucked. And also, Big Eye taking Big Eye, Big Eye taking Big Eye, Big Eye taking Big Eye was the dumbest shit ever. So I'm glad Big Eye's at 1. I wouldn't have minded it at 0, but it's in the right place, I think. Divine Wind of Mist Valley. This card, with Dancer, has some really dumb combos. I can't really talk about it much because I've played the Harpy deck with Divine Wind of Mist Valley. I know it has dirty combos. I don't know the extent of these combos, but I know they give you insane pluses. Super Rejuve at 1. Now that the Baby Dragons are gone, well, if this list is correct, Super Rejuvenation is not that big a problem. If you're discarding a bunch of dragons and getting dragons effects, then you're doing it off either the E-Drags effects or like trade-in or stuff like that. And you know what? That's fine. You get 1 Super Rejuve, you get 1 time to refresh your hand, and it's not like you get loads of stuff out of it. It's Super Rejuve, it's at 1, and it's kind of hard to use now. Abyss Sphere we've talked about. So now we're going to the semi-limited, and my absolute favourite. I honestly hope this list is legit because of this one card. Gladiator Beast Bestiary. This fucking card is so insane that if you've never played against the Gladiator Beast, because Gladiator Beasts are about 5 years old, something like that. When I used to play back in the day when it was top tier, well, Bestiary is when it's special from the deck by a Gladiator Beast effect after they've attacked, destroy a spell or trap on the field. And there's this fusion where you contact fuse, so you put itself and a Gladiator Beast back into the deck, special summon from the extract, destroy 2 cards. When it attacks, special summon a Gladiator Beast, 2 Gladiator Beasts from your deck, except for Bestiary. So if you go Bestiary and something else into Geysaurus, destroy 2 cards, and you've got a Bestiary in the field, you can use those 2, go into another Geysaurus, kill 2 more cards, attack, get more cards. It's so good. The reason I don't play Gladiator Beast is because of Bottomless. If your Bestiary gets Bottomless, it's over. It's pretty much over, at least. So if this actually is legit, I'm going to be so happy with Gladiator Beast. Other semi-limited card, Gore's Emissary Diamonds. I don't mind this at all because no one plays Gore's really. It's such a you know, even in E-Drags, people didn't play Gauze. And again, it's one of those cards that adds a bit more power to smaller decks like Chaos or stuff where you just don't really use much stuff in your hand. Tragodia at 2 is fine. I think Gauze at 2 is fine. That's all I have to say on that. Yeah, Space Union Grand Mole at 2. No one ever used 3. Oh wait, it was at 1. Oh my god, I just realised. I thought it was at 3. Oh shit. Grand Mole at 2 is fantastic. I love Grand Mole. I used to use it in almost every deck I ran just because it was a bit silly, to be honest. It really was a little bit silly. It takes out Exceeds really well. It takes up face downs really well. It's a pain in the ass, and I like 2. I really thought it was at 3 a second. Blackwell, I don't even know if Blackwell 1 was at 2. I think Blackwell 1 was at 1, and if so, and I'm fairly certain it is, actually, it going to 2 is fantastic, because you normal summon, you get yourself a couple of Kalutes or something like that. Blackwell Wind at 2 is fantastic. Once again, giving power to a deck that does not have it is good. Taking away from a deck that has a lot of power is a good thing. It's called balancing. And this is all good balancing so far that I've seen. I can't see anything that's really that bad. Newly Unlimited, Tsukiyomi. No one ever used 2. No one ever used 1, really. I don't mind Tsukiyomi at 3. I hope there's a combo that comes out of this. It'll be fun. Wayne Magician, we talked about this a bit earlier. They kind of swapped the power between the Shark and the Magician. That's fine. Trishula at 3. That has been about 6 years coming. It really has. I'd like to see some Demise decks go again. That would be really fun. But because of back in the day, Demise, you used your combo and you attacked for game. Now we have Gauze, we have Tragodia, and we have Battle Fader and Swift Scarecrow, so it's not a big deal anymore. Emergency Call at 3. Fantastic. Gives a bit more power to those Elemental Hero decks. Once again, it's a bit underpowered. It needs to be overpowered a bit. But a third Emergency Call is not that good, really. It's not like giving them... I can't even think of anything that I could give them. But a third one is good. Pot Duality at 3. I love it. It gives so much power to that one deck. The anti-meta, need to draw into traps, put a Thunder King on the field. Gives so much to that. I can't wait for Pot Duality. Scapegoat at 3. Let's have another goat format. I fucking love Scapegoats. I think maybe we'll be able to make something out of this. I think there's going to be a bit of, a little bit of, what's that word, abuse with Scapegoats. I wish we had a Metamorphosis and 1,000 Ways to Trick that. And the last one, Newly Unlimited, Mirror Force. Oh my shit, guys, I can't wait. Guys, if this list is legit, and I really, really hope it is, because this is probably the best list I've seen in a long time, we're going to have a good 6 months. We really are. Alright, so we're at the end of this. Thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, I'll be putting out a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Video tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.